Hey folks, and welcome back to Glenn and Adrian's Rock Talk. That's Adrian.
And that's Glenn.
And today we're returning to the warning with another 2019 show. We're at least going to start it. Not sure if we're going to watch the whole thing. But this is at Papá Sobre Ruedas, which means Dad on Wheels. So I don't know if it's a car show. It's not the motorcycle place because we saw that already. This is June 15 of 2019. It's an outdoor gig. If anybody wants to provide any further details on it, by all means, I would love to hear about it. I mean, Dad on Wheels sure sounds interesting. And there's a few minutes ahead of the first song here, which is what we're going to look at today, Dust to Dust. But we're also going to look at the preamble, which is about 4 minutes long, actually. And I think they get introduced. Maybe we'll even get some kind of a clue of what kind of event this is. This is another one from Eric Alderete. I think it's going to be listenable. We're going to feel the power of the band, and he's right up front for the most part. So I think it'll be satisfying. We'll see how it goes after seeing Dust to Dust and see if it's worthy of continuing or not. Adrian, any thoughts ahead on this?
Kind of, I guess, what I call classic warning, right? 2019.
Yeah. It's definitely a different edition of the band, but a very popular one nonetheless, even today. In fact, it seems to be getting more popular than it was at the time. So, yeah. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and check out this whole section. I don't think I'm going to stop it because, I just want to see what happens, essentially, and then we'll talk about it afterwards.
Okay.
2019. Así es que no se diga más. Aquí están ellas, Daniela, Paulina y Alejandra en el escenario. ¡The Warning!
Who don't know, that's Louise up on the drums. That's Dad. And he's on the phone. I wonder what's up. There's a nice camera right there, looks like. It makes me wonder. Maybe they got a really nice recording of this show. And we just haven't seen it yet.
No me ha contestado. 1, 2, 3, 1. Bueno. ¿Me escuchas? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, ¿me escuchas? Flamas, ¿me escuchas? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
I was doing a 1-2 check of her vocals with Mike.
En Classic, bienvenidos. Estamos en vivo y estamos listos para rockear hoy en la noche. Emoción.
We're gonna rock it tonight. Perhaps they didn't even have time for a sound check. I wonder about that.
Hey!
must have been some setup they weren't able to do before actually getting up.
Candro, checa la voz de batería, por favor. ¿Te llega bien?
3, 1, 2, 3. 1,
Ok,
2.
vámonos.
Okay. Well, clearly there were some issues up there, and I don't know.
Yeah.
My guess is that they just didn't get time to do a proper whatever line check, sound check, any of those things. For whatever reason, they just didn't have the time to do that before they were actually standing up there. And so Pau's mic wasn't really working.
Yeah, she was having some problems with it.
Yeah, just a matter of setting it up properly with the sensitivity, because they always have that issue with Pau's mic. You know, it's this far from her face, like that, you know, like an inch maybe. And you got all the drums right there. You don't want the drums to slip in, but it's a little bit inevitable. But so you've got to kind of walk a line, you know, in between. And in this case, they walked it a little too far, and so her vocals were cutting out. But interesting, just to see them handle this situation. Like, well, we're playing through. We're doing this. But yeah, that's some pressure. They got all of less than 4 minutes, really, to get everything plugged in, on, knowing that you got a signal, and then trying to guess at the proper mic settings for Pau, who's opening the show, with her lead vocals. So a lot to deal with there. So if anybody was on scene, we would greatly appreciate any extra information that you could provide having to do with any part of this, because it seems like there's a whole story here. I think we'd like to hear it, including Dad on Wheels. What's that all about? Is this an auto dealer? Is this a car show? They've played car shows. They've played motorcycle shows. They've played motorcycle dealers. But I'm just not sure what this one is. So if anybody has that information, we'd love to hear it. Any other thoughts, Adrian, on what we just saw there?
I couldn't hear Rudy's part too well. That's my favorite part of the whole song.
Well, it's the backing tracks, and of course, that's part of the sound check. You got to get the... Yeah. So yeah, same kind of thing. There was another thing that I found a little bit humorous there. Those of you that follow our Patreon know that we looked at Jimi Hendrix not too long ago. One of the funny things about that show, he was playing Maui. All right, so they're outdoors. They're on this little platform in the middle of a field. Jimmy's leaning backwards, on his back on stage and all that, doing all these things. And this camera guy comes out, with the big old reel on the top, and he's got a yellow shirt on, and so he's very noticeable. He walks right up to Jim, and he's just looking down at him and getting the footage that way. I mean, I'm glad that some footage was caught of the performance, but it's just hilarious because it's like, well, they've got a fourth band member now, and there he is. And he's playing film reel or whatever. And it was kind of the same thing with this guy here on the drum riser with Pau. Like, you remember that guy at the Witches Fest who's just like walking right through the whole thing, like in front of the drums behind Danny and Mallie, and it's like, hi, here I am, and then I think Rudy or somebody like yanked his collar and like, hey, don't do that. That's not good. Do not do that. Oh, okay. It seems like the whole thing was a little bit informal, but they wanted to capture it anyway. So if there's any really nice footage of this show, tell us about that too, because we would be interested. I mean, clearly somebody was filming something for something. So I'd love to know what came of that. Any info, please leave it below, folks. And in fact, if you have any suggestions for us for the future, leave those as well. Any other details you saw in here, anything else you want to point out, leave that too. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. And if you enjoyed the presentation, please subscribe. All right. Thanks so much for joining us today. We will catch you on the next one. Take care, folks.
See you all later.